So this is how we met elephants in Chiang Mai, Thailand. A truly unforgettable experience. This trip started with a 1.5 hour drive from the city to the jungles of Chiang Mai. This specific sanctuary rescues elephants and gives them a home to roam freely.
It all started with a tour of the sanctuary, where we met the mahouts, the skilled caretakers who dedicate their lives to these amazing creatures.
Next, we got changed and suited up in traditional attire, which is usually worn by these mahouts. Then we went through an information session about how to interact with these elephants and how they were rescued. Here are a couple of pictures that Rico and I took all dressed up. Then we got hands-on by making vitamin balls for the elephants.
And by hands-on, I mean grinding, smashing, and mixing. First, we added rock salt. Then we added rice paddy, which is unmilled rice. Then came sugar cubes, which are compressed blocks of granulated cane sugar. And then we added dried dates. We were held up a bit waiting for the other ingredients since it was a large group of visitors, and everyone wanted to make the best vitamin balls for the elephants.
Then it finally came, bananas. And now for the star of the show, elbow grease. And let's just say, it was a workout. But first, let me show you guys a bird's eye view of the whole process. Did you know elephants are Thailand's national symbol? And they can eat up to 300 pounds of food daily?
Yeah, no wonder they had us putting in all that hard work and effort to make vitamin balls. But it was all worth it because they were for the elephants.
Here is an interesting fact. March 13th is National Elephant Day in Thailand. It's a day where these majestic creatures are honored and celebrated throughout the country.
Here comes more bananas. Finally. Just look at how happy she is.
We continued pounding, smashing, and mixing the ingredients together under the watchful eyes of our tour guide. Did you know that despite their size, elephants are known for their gentle and empathetic nature? After we got the consistency just right and approved by our guide, I then put the mixture in banana leaves and wrapped it up to feed the elephants.
With baskets of sugarcane and bananas in hand, we made our way to finally meet the elephants.
And there they were, majestic and calm. We cautiously approached, letting them ease into the moment.
We started by holding the bananas and sugarcane out and allowing them to take it from our hands when they were ready. It felt like they were observing us, building trust before taking the food from our hands.
It was so much more than just feeding them. It was about creating a connection that went beyond words, rooted in trust, kindness, and understanding. It wasn't simply about the act of giving. It was about the bond that was formed, a reminder of our shared humanity and the power of small, intentional acts to bridge even the widest of gaps.
We learned to say bonbon, signaling that we wanted to feed them. But they hilariously avoided the vitamin balls and dropped them on the ground, thinking it was medicine.
But they loved the sugar cane and bananas, taking their time and sharing the moment with us.
Shortly after, we all settled in and the elephants seemed at ease with our presence. We ventured into the open fields to get a much closer look at them in their natural surroundings. It was incredible to see these gentle giants up close, moving freely and just being themselves.
This was such a magical moment. Being able to approach and feed them so closely was an unforgettable experience. You could feel their immense strength, yet there was such calm gentleness in the way they interacted with us. If they seemed comfortable enough, we could even pet them, feeling the rough texture of their skin and the warmth of their presence.
Mel, were you trying to feed them all at the same time?
Maybe. They were just so cute.
Then we made our way over to the swamp for mud baths.
The mud baths allowed the elephants to stay cool in the sun. They were very appreciative of our efforts.
Mel did an amazing job laddering them up. I think she has the potential to become a real mahout.
Maybe. This was a rare and deeply humbling experience that made us feel truly connected to these amazing creatures. Shortly after, they were led away from the swamps and into a nearby river for a freshwater bath.
They took their time and made their way into the river with ease and confidence, as if they had no care about our schedule. Mel, are they following you?
Nah, we're just heading the same way.
This one little elephant was absolutely loving every second of it. It was clear he was having the time of his life, and honestly, it was so much fun to watch. But the real magic was seeing Mel light up as she gave him what could only be described as a royal bath. They even splashed us back. Maybe they thought we needed baths too.
I was trying to give them the experience of a luxurious spa day. After all, they deserve it. These elephants have been through so much in their lives, and this was my way of showing them a little extra love. It was as if they knew that this was a safe space, and seeing them so calm and happy was one of the most rewarding feelings I've ever had.
Strange enough, right after the bath, they proceeded to cover themselves with dust and mud. All that hard work. As if the day wasn't already packed with amazing experiences, we then got a surprise bonus trip to a nearby waterfall. It wasn't planned, but it turned out to be such a cool addition to the adventure.
We made our way down the mountain, winding through the canopy of trees, along a narrow, uneven path. The journey itself felt like an adventure, filled with twists, turns, and just enough uncertainty to keep us on our toes. Honestly, we weren't exactly dressed or prepared for a trek like this, but that added to the fun and spontaneity of it.
Every step brought us closer to the sound of rushing water, and the anticipation was so worth it. But we made it, and just look at that view.
The adventure took an unexpected turn when we were told we had to cross this little shabby bamboo bridge to get back to our bus. It wasn't exactly the most stable looking structure, and every step felt like it could be our last. But honestly, that just made it even more exciting and memorable.
Although some of us can't swim, and to make it worse, had no life jackets, we decided to take on the challenge. It was one of the moments where you just had to trust yourself and the bridge to not let you down. Then, out of nowhere, this super helpful guy came along to help Mel out. He seemed like a local.
It was all worth it though, for this absolutely incredible view of the waterfall. The roar of the water was so powerful, almost like nature's applause for making it this far. It was breathtaking, and standing there, you could feel the energy of this place.
Of course, this adventure wasn't over just yet. We still had a grueling climb back up to the mountain ahead of us. At one point, it felt like we might actually lose a few folks from our tour because the trail was so steep and unforgiving. But somehow, we all managed to pull through, and when we finally reached the top, there was an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. It was tough, but man, was it worth it. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Next up, Foresky, a glamping experience 3,000 feet above the sea level in the mountains of Chiang Mai.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel moments and unforgettable experiences.